Hello everybody, welcome to another Zabbix video. This time we are talking about log file monitoring, and I want to say we will use Zabbix agent with running under the root privileges, which would mean with great power comes great responsibility and the other way around. So the inspiration for this video comes because I was always using a single module to discover certain log files in a Linux subsystem, and I got tired a little bit of using those modules. It would mean I need to link 20 templates to the Linux base template. And instead of doing that, what I'm about to do is we will scan all the files recursively inside the directory, inside that Linux directory var log, which by design is supposed to be where all the log files are stored. So the initial scan will happen there, and then we will apply a bunch of filters to kind of extract what's your scope of interest. Are you looking for my SQL log or some other messages log or cron log? And then, based on the purpose is to use a single template which dynamically can find any log you care about, no matter what's the distribution, Ubuntu, Debian, Red Hat system. So we can blindly apply the template. It will discover the logs I care about. And one of the strategical things I tend to do is count how many lines are written into the log file. With my experience, most of the time when application has some errors, then the log file starts to produce a lot of log entries, and so that's one benefit of using this template, discover all the files and blindly count how many lines are produced every second. It's a benefit. One downside will be readability. This template is not suitable if you want to spend as little energy as possible and try to understand how it works. It will have quite not so good readability, but the idea here is to have plug and play template blindly applied to the Linux root object, and then it will automatically find all the log files, not produce any unsupported items, because it's by design scanning what's available. Let's have a look. Alright, we are starting with the empty template. This one is linked on the Linux template. Inside this template, let's go items, create new item. Log file monitoring can be possible only with the Zabbix agent active checks. And the journey will start by scanning the using item key, which is able to scan directories and file entries. This one list of directory entries recursively. So let's use this item key, and the arguments I want to use here, the first argument is directory. Let's use var lib. Second is var log. The second is using regular expression. I don't want to use that. Here again, regular expression with the exclusive, excluding something. Types. This one is precious. Since I'm not seeking really directories, I'm looking for files. Here we can use file. And another argument is max depth. So I don't want to go deep, var log. Let's open the command line. Here I'm sitting in the var log. If we look on the files, we see files here. So I want to work with these files and maybe look inside one directory. For example, audit log. So the depth will be 1, so it can go inside one subdirectory. And that's it. That's my fancy item key, which is able to discover all the stuff. Okay, list log files. So this will find all the files, no matter if it's a log or some sort of text file. Let's set the timeout, like spending no more than 1 second on this task. It should be snappy fast. Tags, I will call it ultimate, and like discovery, something like that. And that's it for now. Okay, add the first item key. So this template is already applied to Linux template, and it will start to execute very soon. The next step, for my taste, I need to introduce protection. Since there is a chance for this item key to go in unsupported state during the due to timeout or unsupported item key, I want to implement protection to not like if this item becomes unsupported, all the dependent items will also become unsupported. And for this thing, I'm creating a dependent item, which I would call it like a gate, something like that. This will be text-based item, and then there is a pre-processing step. Check for not supported value. If any error, then discard the value. Okay, now there is 2 items. So this will run as usual, and then if this fails, this item will hold the error message like timeout or something, and then the gate will stop any further data forwarding. Since the pre-processing is done by proxy, the gate item will stop the forwarding. Next step, like I would call it scope of interest. So I'm creating another dependent item on the gate item. Let's call it scope of interest. Okay, and this is also the textual data. And now inside the pre-processing section, I will put some like JSON path, and let's have let's take this JSON path, and we will target the base name. And I will show in very soon, like what is the raw JSON look like. And here the base name would be what kind of things I really care to see. And this requires not the full path, just the file name of the log file. Okay, add. And now let's put this macro as well here inside the template level. Don't pay attention to these 10 lines. I will explain it moreover in a moment. But base name right now is like we target some sort of files. And here from the command line, for example, I would care about this file, dnf.log, and I can put it over here. Okay, another one, for example, cron, and like this, and maybe like secure, and like this, and what else? What about like audit log, since it's supporting recursive type of thing? Let's take this one as well. Do we have any else? DNF, maybe this one. Copy, and here you go. So my universal discovery finds a lot of log files, but my scope of interest is this one: DNF log, cron log, secure, audit log, DNF, and RPM log. By the way, the permissions on these logs are not like most of them are belong to the root. So agent out from the box most likely cannot access those logs, and for this reason I'm running agent with the with the root privileges, user root, group root, and if we try to replicate this tutorial, then also we need to run the systemctl daemon reload, and after that to list the process list, we can grep for something like agent.d.conf and see like the agent master process runs behind the user root. So this would allow to access any log inside the var log directory without any problems. Okay, let's have a look how the discovery is able to find these log files. So this item key, the first one, should already run in my situation. If we open latest data, then there is like 8 servers, 8 Linux servers running this log discovery every 1 minute, and then the outcome is this. What kind of logs it can find inside that var log directory. Here is a lot of content, like some timestamps, and I like to minimize this content. I care only about 2 dimensions, like where is the log and what is the name of the log file. So let's lower down this JSON data, and to do so, let's inside the scope of interest, after the base name, let's add another pre-processing, which will extract 2 fields only, base name and directory name. So let's copy and putting it over here, update, and very soon, like, this scope of interest will be very minimal view of the files. Let's put the tag ultimate and like something like scope update. Now into the next phase, what to do with those log files which got discovered by this native item key. So we will link a low-level discovery rule on the scope of interest, create dependent discovery rule, click, and I would call it log. Okay, and that seems about right. And now the LLD macro, here one is called base name, and it is called base name. This will be the LLD macro, and the other is called file dir, like this, file directory. Maybe I'm wrong. Let's double check, and yeah, that's it for now. Add. Let's just have a look, validate what was the name of that dimension. One is base name. Yeah, base name over here, and directory name. So my typo. I want to target directory name. Click, and data collection templates, discovery, the low-level discovery over here, and this is directory name. Almost ready. And now let's start to create item prototypes. Item prototype, and one is so we want to start to pick up the data from the log file, and it matters where is the log file located. Directory name over here, / and base name. So that would be the file name. Actually, I want to enable some rich options, so let's click the wizard here, log, and from the list of items, since the item type is not correct here, log square brackets, click. So here are all the settings I care about. Where is the log file located? We will take this information, and I will stream absolutely original file to Zabbix, and I will do it only once. That's another advantage why I'm creating this template. I don't want to create multiple files, each one capturing some very specific regular expression pattern, because it will read the log file twice or 3 times or 5 times. Like every time we add just another log file, it is rereading not rereading, but it reads in parallel. Depending how many patterns we capture, it is like doing duplicate reads. So I don't want to use that. I want to stream the raw original log file, and only once. Encoding, not setting up. Max lines, that's interesting one. So let's enable this one. Max lines, and not the hashtag but the $sign. So what why I'm doing this? This would mean, like, since I'm finding a lot of log files, maybe based on the need, I want to influence certain log files should be streamed faster, and certain log files I want to not not overload the proxy of Zabbix. So then I would introduce these max lines, and using the context, that would be the key thing. The context will be base name, so I can later on I can tell max lines, and the context, by context I mean here we can have context like cron, or context DNF log, or context secure. So we would specify for every individual file what should be the speed of streaming, how fast. Out from the box it will read 100 lines, and it will read 200 lines, and it can push 20 lines per second. That's the functionality out from the box. If you think there can be more lines per second than 20, then this is the key thing to proceed. Another one, mode, which is like out from the box, it will read the original log file, and another mode can be skip, which is how to say, ignore all the oldest lines but start reading from scratch. And the mode also I would like to support the context, which is this one, base name. Okay, that's everything for my taste, and so we are reading the raw original file, reading only once, and we have customization options to like how many lines should be streamed per at one batch. Okay, update interval right now 1 second, timeout also 1 second, and I should specify these macros as well, like what should be the default value. Okay, mode, so this is good. What is the name? The name will be like full path of this, and something like contents. And inside the tags I will call it ultimate, and it will be like contents, and also like file, and the file name of this log file. Okay, now it seems about correct. Add, and the item prototype is ready. Every 1 minute right now Zabbix is scanning my 8 servers, and if it finds the scope of interest, if it will find DNF log, cron, secure, audit log, or this one, it will create a file and start to stream all those lines. I forgot to set those things, max lines. One is this, max lines. And the max lines is like 20, automated box. And the other one was mode. And if it's empty, that's fine. The other mode can be skip. If we put skip, then that's the safe way. We are not downloading like a gigabyte of a log file to Zabbix database. Okay, update. And by now, I think it should already start to stream something. Let's have a look, monitoring latest data. Here I have a predefined filter I did prepare before the video, so I'm filtering out everything which comes with the tag ultimate. And so what we see here, per server pod, for example, it found the audit log, it found the cron, DNF, and some else. And it seems like not working. What is the thing? And it looks like I made a typo. It at the prototype level, the log entity must, log type must, not type, agent type must be active checks. Let's fix that right now. Here, item configuration, log, and clicking the template level, and this is the mistake. Log file streaming is supported only in the active mode. Okay, update. While it repairs this functionality, let's move to the next phase. Like to create some triggers, I earlier told that my personal strategy is count how many lines are coming inside the log file. And to do so, templates, discovery, here inside the item prototypes, what I can do, I can create more prototypes. This is the first item, log, and first bit, like copy the item key from here, copy, and create item prototype. This will be a calculated item. Actually, the function will be count and 2 times forward slash, which means like go to the same template where I'm sitting, and this is from the clipboard, the item key. So I want to just count the entries, and to zoom, how to say, like to take a time frame for the input, I'm specifying 5 minutes. This will be also executed every 5 minutes, and the calculated item by design can fail. We need to implement a protection and tell check for not supported value, and if it's not supported, then report back 0. So if it goes in the time frame of 5 minutes and there is actually nothing to count, it will fail. But to reset the failure, it would look much beautiful if we report just 0, like nothing to count, or the value is 0. Okay, the item key will be called count, and we can put this in the square brackets. And here on the top of screen, we would call it as well count. Okay, that's that. And add. Another preference of mine is to count to measure what is the length of a line. To do so, it's easy. We can create a dependent item on this central item. Click and create a dependent item, and I would call it from the clipboard here length, and inside the pre-processing, let's put it over here as well, length, and like that. and this will be like how many characters are inside the line. And to measure this, we can use JavaScript return value dot length, and if we test the steps A, B, C, D, the length should be 4. Click, it is 4. So this is working. Okay, and this will also this is measured every time new line arrives. Okay, add. And when we think about size, like almost like throughput, what kind of throughput are going through the log file? Is it kilobytes per minute? Is it megabytes per minute? And there is a dedicated item key to measure the size. Like here, we can use size VFS file size to measure the file size. I don't want to use that. I want to do as much pre-processing on the proxy side as possible, and don't bother the agent if there is any way to do so. And since we are measuring the size already here, the dependent item tells like how many characters are inside the line, and usually 1024 characters in the line is 1 kilobyte. So what we can do is we can take the dependent item for the input and kind of like measure this like throughput for log, how much data are coming in all the time. We need to copy the item key from this length thing, copy, and create another item calculated, and there is a function sum, and 2 times /, like this locates the same elements in the same template, and the item key of that length. How many characters are inside the line? And I can tell, like, let's analyze last 5 minutes, and that's it. And let's do that every 5 minutes. Yeah. And this will be called something like sum, sum. And inside the square brackets, let's put some uniqueness over here. And size. Size is the best thing, I think, in this situation, and we would call it size. Okay, calculated item can fail, and here we should also reset the value. Okay, and tags as well, like ultimate and size. Add. Okay, did we put here the tags? Ultimate, and the thing will be count. Update. Okay. Yeah, the log. This is the prototypes are ready. They will be made in the next 1 minute. Let's have a look if that error is going away, because there was a problem with the item type. It was passive checks, but now it's active. And visiting latest data page for that one, and we can see something happens already. Let's filter out a single host pod, and now by tags I can start with the from the beginning. First of all, like, I'm reading the original lines from the log file. You see we have audit log, cron, DNF, and so on, and Zabbix is streaming every single line to the Zabbix database. What else? Like size, I guess this will not yet work since the update frequency is 5 minutes, but it will work eventually by the end of this video. Okay, now the trigger. My personal recommendation for a simple log file monitoring is fire up when there is a slight increase inside the log file. We would visit trigger prototypes, create trigger, and add some inputs, and select prototype. Here we will actually work with the raw input here, contents. So this is I'm kind of like inside the trigger. I'm targeting the logic of count, like how many lines I see I see coming inside Zabbix. So I can use this guy, but there is a built-in functionality, how to say, like the trigger logic also can count the lines. And one advantage of doing that, if we fancy to add the very recent entry inside the email, like I want to actually see the log line inside the email, then adding the number to the trigger logic, it's not good enough. So I better add the raw input, the contents, and here what we can use like count, and like the time frame, time like 1 hour, and the operand is like, and actually I don't think it's required. This is not a mandatory field, and here I'm blindly counting the lines in the one last hour, or maybe let's set it 3 minutes for the sake of entertainment. Add, and we can call it, this will be the log file, new data coming in, new data detected. Okay, and so this would yeah, it will find if some more lines are coming in. What should be called all yeah, the tags are coming already from the item. I can survive without tags here, I suppose. Add. Okay, this is the trigger logic. Now yeah, let's see if this one works good enough, and I suppose since the trigger prototype is targeting 3 minutes, then inside the like next 60 seconds the trigger will be made at the host level, and if some of the log files already are noisy, then it will say something. Let's have a look on the latest data page to target something, and now filter out one server, pod, and okay, we see something is coming, and like the last check kind of indicates when was the newest line. Actually, let's reinstall this size to have a better understanding. This will be measured in bytes, update, so it will tell kilobytes or megabyte. Yeah, falling back to that chapter, we want to detect if there are problems for, I mean, if some of the log files receive some data. Let's click on the host object, visit problems, and we see here, yes, the log var log audit log, new data detected. And yeah, from the usability perspective, if I apply this template on a massive chunk of servers, now, like, when I see these entries, I want to study and understand, like, what happens with this log file, why it's producing more lines. And it's super easy now to click here on the event title and click this very menu, and voila, like now I'm able to read and before I even had this idea of producing this video, I found so many, like, some services running in my setup which was long forgotten, like configured 2 years ago, and now I saw them and decided to finally shut them down. I'm talking about all logs together, like for example cron tab also it kind of indicates every time there is like hourly cron tab or daily cron tab, it can produce some indication of new stuff coming in. Okay, now the last chapter I want to cover is like, what if I want to target a very specific pattern inside the log file? And as a use case, what I will take is this file secure. Inside the Red Hat system, this indicates when an SSH login comes into the server. So it's quite entertaining if we want to backtrack when somebody SSH'd into the server or closed connection. Even for the safety purposes, if your servers are exposed to the World Wide Web, then it can get super entertaining. Like all those brute force attacks will be listed here when somebody is trying to get in your server. Just to show a little bit what's inside here, there is lines like accepted public key and from the IP address. And then when the connection goes away, disconnected from something. And yeah, I want to target this very pattern, accepted public key, and kind of maybe put this information in the trigger title, from which IP address somebody just SSH'd in my server. Yeah, it's now it will get like super unreadable, and it's a trade-off. So far it looks quite elegant, like it's a universal template. We are looking for log files in the server, but the cost of maintaining the solution will get to the level of dare I say a nightmare, and yeah, you will be the judge to figure out like is it usable. And okay, let's proceed with this use case. How to cover this, since the template is so universal. First of all, like, it is doable, and we can create dependent item. But dependent item is risky to create because all these items are applied to all of the log files, not only the secure one, not only this one, but the item prototypes can be applied to this one and that, like all the logs. So we need to find some way to limit, and what we can do is we can create disabled dependent item, and dependent item of course must be linked on the original item. Here click and dependent item, and like what kind of pattern I want to target, and here we will use regular expression, and we can put like all the patterns over here. So I would like to target this one, accepted public key, like this, and maybe even like that. And inside the OR, we would also have disconnected from. So two different item keys, and the output is group 0, so all the match from the very beginning of the line and till the end of the line. Okay, and this will be log entity. And here kind of a highlight of a best practice. If we think about triggers, it is very excellent strategy if we can manage to find the bad news and good news in one item. Then it will be so easy later on to create a trigger. And by bad news, I have like this accept public key. Somebody just got into my server by using some SSH key, and so it will generate problem in the problems page, and then when we have disconnected from, then it can automatically go away. And ideally we can make up some correlation to target the IP address and possibly the port number. Okay, so this is item prototype, and we will create it in a disabled state. And let's set it over here. Click, and I will call it something like accepted public key. And okay, I forgot the name, but the directory name, and click, and maybe base name, like that. This is the item key. I mean, this is the item, the full path, directory name and base name. And yeah, this log file targets a very specific, I mean, this dependent item targets a very specific pattern. Okay, add, and its dependent item is in disabled state. I don't want to enable it if yeah, because it's a very global solution. It can be applied to all of the log files at the same time, but I want to target only the file which is secure. And now what we can do is we can introduce an override inside the low-level discovery, and to do so, visit discovery. At first, I need to copy to the clipboard like a pattern to enable dependent item. So it's handy to it's mandatory to copy this item name, accepted public key. So I'm copying this to clipboard, and now visiting discovery list and visiting the overrides, and I will tell here that let's start with the item prototype here, and contains, if item prototype contains this pattern, then let's enable the dependent item, and the conditions for this item is like we can call it base name, and matches secure. That's it. If base name is secure, then we enable dependent item. And actually I will create a trigger in the moment, so let's set this as well. Trigger contains, and also accepted public key. Add, and this one will be in the title. So I'm targeting this pattern. Maybe like what is the source? I mean, what's the scope of this rule? And the log file is actually called secure. Just for the readability, I would put that in the profile name. Okay, base name matches secure. Add. Let's check if that is base name. Base name. Okay. Yeah, sounds about right. Update. And the trigger as well. The trigger will be made in disabled state. Let's have like this from the clipboard. We have this one, and now targeting the item. Select prototype. The item is that dependent item, which is most of the times it's disabled, but on the Red Hat system, if the file has been found, then it will enable that item. Now, yeah, I'm since find, where is that find? Yes, this is the function for the task, And since the item targets good news and bad news, it's so easy to create a trigger. Here I just target the accept public key, and here we can put like. Operand is like, and if it is true, then it will go into the problem state. And here we don't, we can put like #1, and that is it. Update, and okay, and now the fancy part, I can be very precise about where the connection comes from. And inside the line, what we see is accepted public key from here. And what we can do is we can extract this thing and put in the title. And to do so, it's very easy. We just put item.value, and this is built-in macro. And then we have regular substitution, and we can use regex over here. And the regex could target port, and here digits, and before the word port there is some sort of word. This will be actually IP address, and yeah, that's everything. And comma, and I want to extract the full match, \0 parenthesis close, and we need to close this reg sub and put over here parenthesis. Okay. All right. And so what I did in the event name, I'm kind of extracting these three keywords. The IP address, so it's a non-space character \S, port, and then the actual port number. I want this to be inside the trigger title. Actually, the username is also good. So let's go even forward and extract \from, and what was the pattern? For root from, yeah, something like \S. So this will expand to the user, IP address, and the port number. Yeah, quite good, and that's everything. And for the correlation, actually, we want to have like a mapping map. We would create a tag map. This is a self-choice, and since the user IP address and port, like this what I'm highlighting, this can be unique. Let's say we have parallel connections going on, and now it can create multiple problems at the same time. I want to map exactly by this pattern. What's the user IP and the port number, and this will do the trick. This very event title, copy, and I can put it over here. Yes, and set like multiple. And if the map tag is matching, then the problem must go away. Okay, let's check if this works. Adding the trigger logic. Maybe the name should be also... No, I will not create the name in the trigger title. And now let's validate if the item is even enabled. So this item, which is called accepted public key, it should be enabled only for the name which is secure. And let's search for this inside the latest data page. Click and enable the full search. Like how many items we have with this accepted public key. Maybe even remove this filtering, apply, click. And now it's not 8 servers anymore. It got did exclude Ubuntu and Debian. So it seems to be working quite well. Okay, now the simulation, since I have this jumping server, I can SSH into some Postgres 16, which is also a Red Hat. If we look on the log file, var log secure, enter, tail var log secure, enter, we see like somebody just a few seconds ago just accepted public key for OPC. Let's see here. That's interesting. First of all, like this is the PG server actually, and it was able to capture the line OPC from the IP address. What's the error message? Click. And of course I did mess up the value type. There should be discard unchanged for the item key. Click, pre-processing, log. This is dependent item. And what to do if it fails, like please discard the value. So that is the thing, mandatory thing, discard value, update. So item failed because after this line, after the accepted, after the accept, there was this line, but this line was it was fed through the dependent item, but it was unable to capture that pattern. And yeah, none of the patterns, this one and that one, was not captured by dependent item. Okay, if I would log out, the item will go into the good state. Exit, pg16 sudo su, clear the screen, and now checking the latest data page, refresh, and almost working, but not. Refresh, and welcome to troubleshooting session. And what is going on? Cannot perform a regular expression, accept match for value of type none. I was doing so fast. I need to wait for the discovery to re-execute again because I changed the prototype. Let's have a look if the changes are populated. Yes, custom unfail is here right now. It was not there like a minute ago. And if I would reproduce this thing and like exit and log again inside the server, and now this is somebody just logged into the server, and now it should kind of recover, apply. Yes, and now it's a very healthy item because we have a protection on the pre-processing. If a line does not match those patterns, then it's we just ignore. Let's have a look on the problems. Does the server have the problem? And we see 31 seconds ago, we see a very nice title, the user OPC from this IP address via this port is accessing, like it's in the server. And also if I would do what's inside here, the mapping field OPC from thing, and what if I exit this thing, exit, click, and so this server should go away, reload, and mapping field, what is the trigger setup? Let's reload again. Yeah, I think I'm targeting too much the port, the IP address and port number. And let's go to the trigger setup. Accept public key. First of all, like the tag works well. Like this is doing a good job. It is extracting the user and IP and the port number. I think I made mistake because the pattern is only inside the inside one of the in one of the targets, accepted public key, and let me explain. pg16 sudo su and tail secure. So accept public key. So here we have nice IP address, and inside the item level, let's go to the template, click data collection, templates, and discovery, item prototypes, dependent item. Item targets two patterns: accept public key and disconnected from. And we see here accept public key and disconnected from. And inside the tag, I'm capturing this thing which does not exist inside the other pattern. There is no such word from before the IP address inside this pattern. So at the best scenario, I can target just IP address and port number. To do so, item inside the trigger level, click and accept public key. And inside the tags, I would remove this guy away. Okay, so I'm matching only by IP address and port number, which may be good enough. Update. Now I should wait 1 minute for the new changes to kick in, this new trigger logic. Let's explore this very host object and triggers. Let's copy this item key. Copy the trigger name, technical name, hosts, and the server is pod. I want to visit the triggers. Click inside the filter. This is the trigger name. And is the change populated? This is not. This will be event name, but inside the tags. Yes, inside the tags, the mapping field is better. IP address and port number. Let's try again to this scenario. Exit, and this. Let's have a look if the problems are still in open state, and close the OPC from. Let's click, and must update, close, update. And now a fresh test. My goal is to automatically resolve the problem if there is a successful SSH logout. So I'm doing the one login into the server. Let's have a look. Is this coming in? And refresh the page, click, and here you go. It is coming in. And let's log out, exit, and since it's a real-time monitoring, then it should go away so easy. Yeah, 23 seconds. So the reason why it went away is, if we check the history, we have only two patterns. The dependent item is capturing only accepted publicly and disconnected from. It targets these two keywords. And then inside the trigger level, we do correlation based on this string, IP address and port number. this pattern exists in bad news, in the good news, and that's the reason why we can automate a closure for the trigger. Okay, I was joking about this is the last bit I wanted to show, and the final last bit is how, like a cherry on top, how I prefer to do the log file monitoring. Because when we grow solution, when we add more and more to the server, I personally start to worry that there is some like not even data collection. The data is not streamed evenly, and I'm worried about this this item prototype. So we have Zabbix agent, and I'm streaming log file, and every 1 second I'm streaming the log file. And if we have like 10 files on server to stream, like it is going in parallel. There is a good news, like it's a real-time monitoring, that's excellent, but if you don't have the money to purchase the best servers money could buy, then like we need to think, at least from my point of view, we need to think like to distribute the data collection evenly. Not allow kind of, that would be the correct wording, not allow 10 parallel log files to stream the data at the same time. And I have quite a decent workaround for this. What we can do is we can introduce, starting from agent 7, we can use scheduled checks for agent 1. For agent 2 it's available for a longer time. So for agent 1 we can use scheduled checks, and we can orchestrate the data collections over here. And to do that, I can inject kind of another dimension. I want to say, like when exactly the file should be read, and it's very related to the size of the work. If we go back to the latest data page and go to that ultimate discovery here, this is the raw data, and scope is the one what I care about. So scope of interest, what is that? Not it's Ubuntu, and no file was found here. Okay, so here is the scope of interest, and it's an array or a list of size of 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I can use this as an input for a JavaScript preprocessing to kind of introduce some sort of an offset when exactly to read the file based on the element in this list. Is it the first one? Is it the second, third, and fourth, and 5? So the workaround is based on how many log files are in the list and which number of every log it is. Okay, and to apply the workaround, we need to introduce this offset mechanism, and here you go. Offset 0, it will mean like it will execute every time when there is 10 seconds past the current minute, 20 seconds, 30 seconds, and offset 1, 11 seconds, 21, 31, and so on. So this supports up to 10 log files, and if you start to have 11, then it will start to overlap. Or we can remaster this list to support like 20 log files for the server. Okay, and let's put here skip for the production. This should be skip. And now the JavaScript. The JavaScript pre-processing can be linked over inside the discovery section. over here, add and JavaScript, and inside here this is the magical thing. So what it does is like it's counting how many elements inside are inside the array, and then it will divide by max offset, which will be 10. I will install this in a moment, and it will install a new dimension nth, which must be configured at the item level. Okay, let's copy, add, update, install this missing macro. What is the maximum offset? The maximum offset is 10. Update, and at the item level we have this is the central collector item, and then here we would set 0 and $O : and then this offset inside the double quotes, hashtag nth, and closure. So this can expand to numbers 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9, and it will kind of dictate the offset of that file when exactly it should collect. So what we lose is kind of super real-time monitoring. The data collection will not happen every 1 second, but every 10 seconds. But if we worry too much, we can increase the size of how many lines I want to collect per one batch. Okay, and that's it. Update. Just to show that in practice, I will show that offset. And to increase the lines for one batch, it's easy. We go here and at the item level, click, and it's easier to write manually. Click and max lines. So if we have exception, let's say I want to stream 100 lines for the log file which is called secure, then this is the way how we tell the exception. Installed exception, like 100 lines can be delivered. Since the log file will be read only 6 times per minute, maybe we want to increase this thing. Update. Okay, let's test if this offset type of thing works, and to do so, latest data, secure, this is the file, and the central file is contents. I think so, contents, and the server is pod. Okay, and now instead of every 1 second, it has strict rules. This audit log, or let's have a look. Audit log is having offset 4. It means like it will collect every, like when there is 4 seconds past the current minute, 14, 24, and so on. And the secure, what's the situation, is offset 3. Okay, and is it working? We can see that over here. We see already, it seems like working so far already. 33 match the offset 3. If I would log in again and like PG16, click, and now it's a new login. So in the next 10 seconds, it will detect this new incident. Somebody just SSH inside this server. Let's reload the page, click. Okay, need to wait 3 more seconds, reload. Need to wait another 2 seconds, click. Okay, it seems like not working. Or was it too fast? Or did I log into wrong server? I logged into wrong server. Exit and exit. I will log into the server pod right now. click, and in the next 10 seconds it should pop up, click, and I'm highlighting the minutes. The seconds is over here. So it will, my point here is it will not try to read the log in the second 34, 35, 36, 37, and so on. There is high discipline when exactly each log can be read. That's the purpose of this tutorial, I would say. And so the template supports up to 10 offsets, or up to 10 log files. Okay, yeah, audit log. We see just somebody. It looks like audit log also writes something when I'm conducting an SSH login. Also, the audit log writes some information, and this one is having offset 4. And when exactly data was collected, 4 seconds past the current minute. All right, that is everything for this video. If you find it helpful, give it a thumbs up, and thanks for watching.